Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show in store for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So yesterday, the news broke that Team USA was going to be replacing Kawhi Leonard, right? And they put out a public statement. This morning I heard from Grant Hill where he basically said that he's not going to disclose too much information, but it was a decision that was in the best interest for Team USA and the Clippers as well. So Kawhi Leonard was promptly replaced. And then shortly after that, after we actually did a live on it, shortly after that, we were then speculating on who would be the player that they would replace Kawhi Leonard with. Some people were saying Derek White, but then we started to ponder on players like Jaylen Brown. You know, Jaylen Brown, the Eastern Conference MVP, the Finals MVP, that guy. You know, we were like, okay, why don't they replace him with him? He's an American. He should be, I mean, he's a perfect fit. If you had to look at him versus Jaylen White is a fantastic 3-and-D player, smart guy, but Jaylen Brown is the Finals MVP for God's sakes, and some people are arguing he's even better than his teammate, Jason Tatum. So one would have thought that it would have been a no-brainer for Team USA to replace Kawhi Leonard with Jaylen Brown. But what ended up happening was they ended up not doing that and going in the direction of Derek White, a move that a lot of people thought was a smart one, but it left some of us out here wondering, like, well, wait a minute, but what about Jaylen Brown? And it seems like Jaylen Brown himself was confused by Team USA's decision, and he decided to actually take to Twitter to voice his confusion. And we want to quickly show you what he posted. He posted two things. He put like a thinking emoji, like what's going on here, and then he put another one where he actually added Nike, and he said, at Nike, this is what we doing. Well, after he put out that information, after he put out that tweet, Stephen A. Smith, who recently came under some fire for some of his controversial comments on Jaylen Brown on the ESPN First Take, actually decided to chime in and leave his 2 cents on Jaylen Brown being left off of Team USA. So those are the comments that we want to focus in on today. Before we even get into what Stephen A. Smith had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. For example, I am super excited about the upcoming MLB games. With Game Time tickets, I can easily pick the best tickets for me. I love that I can choose between different deals. I have the option to select the cheaper deal, the best option deal, or my favorite, the flash deal. The flash deal gives me the option to find discounts that I can only find on Game Time. Once I select the ticket I want, I can view my seat. And it's not just restricted to baseball. I can also look for the best ticket deals for other sports like football, the NBA, concerts, comedy, or other theater shows. Included in my purchase, I also have a 24-hour return guarantee, a lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection. So take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let's get into Stephen A. Smith's tweet. He put up yesterday, 17 hours ago. He wrote, "Do y'all believe me now? Yo," I'm assuming this is Jaylen Brown. "Yo, Jaylen Brown, do I need to reveal my sources now? Is it obvious now? How in the hell is a $300 million man, now a champion and an NBA Finals MVP, who's clearly a top two-way player on the Celtics and a top 15 player in the world, not chosen for Team USA because his teammate, not named Tatum, is selected before him? Come on, y'all." So that was Stephen A. Smith's tweet there, and some people responded to it. Some people say, you know, we asked you to reveal your sources. Another person said, don't tweet him. Stephen A. Smith said, one person said Stephen A. Smith rage baiting once again, and all of that on all of those different things, right? What are my thoughts on this? If I go back to Stephen A. Smith's tweet, and the first line, it says, "Do y'all believe me now? Yo, Jaylen Brown, do I need to reveal my sources now? Is it obvious now?" Something about that seems a bit disingenuous to me. something about that first part doesn't seem sincere to me. It doesn't seem sincere, because reading this tweet, I don't really understand who Stephen A. Smith's, whose side he's on with these tweets. Is he going at Team USA and the committee for not selecting Jaylen Brown? Or is he basically using this as a gotcha moment to see, okay, you thought I was lying, then check this out now, right? If he was truly on the side of Jaylen Brown, in my personal view, I think he would have just started off the thing saying, how in the hell is a $300 million man now a champion? Like, I think that would have been more appropriate than what he said before. To me, how it came off to me is it came off to me as one of those tricks that Stephen A. Smith usually does, which is before he's about to trash you, he says a nice thing about you. In this case, he did it in a reverse. He trashed him in a way, in my personal view, and then said something nice about him, right? Stephen A. Smith is one person to give you a hug and then slap you in the back of the head when you're not looking, or that's just the way it came. It didn't seem, his comments didn't seem sincere to me, right? It didn't seem sincere. It looked like a moment where he saw an opportunity to basically throw it in Jaylen Brown's face. Like, look, I was right. You were out here questioning my sources. Now you believe me. And I don't think that Jaylen Brown, if you read those comments, I don't think that he would have felt like, oh, this guy's coming to my defense. As a matter of fact, I feel like he would probably view his comments, oh, like, so now you're trying to throw it in my face that they didn't pick me. Why didn't they decide to pick Jaylen Brown? Well, there are multiple theories. Some people have speculated, and I've even heard NBA players say this, especially on Gil's Arena, that Jaylen Brown doesn't fit a particular mold. Some people say, believe it or not, that he's too smart to even be marketed to certain people. This is what I've heard, that the guy is too intelligent. Apparently, he even negotiates his own contracts. He's his own agent, which is extremely impressive, if I'm honest with you. And maybe for whatever reason that turns some people off. We've also heard some people say it's because of some of his political stances. I don't really know what all of Jaylen Brown's political stances are. I do know he is politically inclined, but I don't know all of his stances because I don't follow it that closely. But to me, it definitely doesn't look right to me. It really doesn't, right? Let me just check and see. Is Jaylen Brown a sponsored athlete? Let me see. Is Jaylen Brown signed to Nike? Let me see. I don't believe he is, right? I don't believe that he is. It's not really saying who he signed to, but it is a poor reflection on the committee to not pick one of the highest paid players in the history of the NBA and the Finals MVP. Think about that. Team USA decided not to bring on the Finals MVP in the NBA. That reeks of some type of foul play. That doesn't seem normal to me. That seems like there may have been some other things behind closed doors that may have influenced them not taking that decision. There's no argument to not have Jaylen Brown on that team. If Jaylen Brown can't be on that team, Devin Booker can't be on that team. Anthony Edwards can't be on that team. Jason Tatum can't even be on that team, if I'm being honest with you. So it is what it is. Stephen A. Smith's comments to me just came off as being a little bit insincere. I don't believe that he was coming to the defense of Jaylen Brown. I felt like a lot of it was just a gotcha moment and virtue signaling. I don't believe any of that, but that's just how I interpreted it. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.